Welcome back to the Tiger and Maker. This is Mike. I'm coming at you with another video. This time I want to talk to you about the version 2 Bumblebee, the masterpiece one that's coming out in like Mp-45 or something like that. Actually, I'm not sure what they're calling it. But anyway, there's a lot of people on both sides of the fence, and most of them are on the sides of negative on this guy. And I'm going to tell you I'm a little bit leaning towards a positive on it. And I'll tell you a bunch of reasons why. So let's get right into it, starting with this comparison. I want to compare to an actual animation, not compare it to a sunbow chart. I think the sunbow charts are not 100% of what I'm used to seeing from watching the cartoon. I think this is closer to what I'm used to seeing in the cartoon. And this Bumblebee really matches it close. So if you start with the head, I think actually the head on the version 2 Bumblebee looks better than this exact picture, and I understand that the animation wasn't the greatest at all times. They cheaped out and took shortcuts and stuff. But if you look at that face, that's the face I'm used to seeing in the animation. And a lot of people have been busting on the face. This face of the version 2 is a lot better than Mp-21, which we'll have that comparison coming up here in a second. Next, I want to talk about the chest. And I think the chest is right on. Like that chest, it nails it. This is a bad angle, but it's the angle that I got the picture of. So, but if you look at the top, it's got that window, and then the sides, and then it just looks right. And yes, you're having to do a faux chest, which causes some other issues, like a really crappy backpack. So there's a give and a take with that. But then you get down to the pelvis, and the pelvis looks really close. And then you look at the arms, and the arms are just right on. So there's a lot of good to be had with this. And this is a straight on view. And straight on, it looks pretty good. Now getting down to the legs look right. The feet are off. Okay, so the feet are way off. That's an issue. But I've seen a picture, and I couldn't capture it for this. But I got a picture of the feet transformed properly. I think this is improperly transformed. And I'm going to show you another picture real quick. I think that I could clean this figure up and make it look good on my shelf better than they're doing. So the next picture I want to show you is from the Wei Zhang. I don't know if you guys remember old Wei Zhang here. When they came out with this, the legs on their Omega Supreme look like they just flap around, or they're gonna stick out, but those tracks actually clip in, and it looks like a more solid leg when it's transformed properly. This is improperly transformed. I remember seeing this and wrote this figure off instantly because of that situation. I did not like that, so I kind of think this is the case here. Yeah, I think that's what's going on with this. So, getting into another positive of it. Car mode. I like the car mode. I think it's a good looking penny racer. It gives us what we want. It's kind of paneling. It looks like it's not tabbed together all the way properly, and I bet you that you could fiddle with it and tab it together better than this. But in the end, it's still closer to what G1 than the thing we got with Mp-21. So the next thing I want to look at is, let's go ahead and compare this to an Mp-21. Sound good? Sounds good. So here we are. We've got Mp-21 next to the Mp-44, well, whatever, 46, whatever they're going to call this thing. And looking at them side by side, you look and see, first off, I did not like the way Mp-21's chest looked. It was just too big and bulky. It didn't look right to me. That was the first thing I didn't like. The backpack part, I mean, it has a backpack, but it's a little cleaner. Pelvis is a little bit too small compared to the cartoon, and then the feet were too big. So those were my complaints. And then you had all the hollowness in the arms. I don't know if you remember the hollowness in the forearms, and then the tail lights being on there. There was a lot of things not to like about this. I thought the head sculpt was off, just quite a bit. This new one is an improvement, but you give up some cleanness. Like they had the folding panel on the feet, which I think all of the on the old one had the folding panel on the feet, and then the Cliff Jumpers third parties are borrowing that aesthetic, and then a couple other areas look a little bit more solid. But I hated the feet on the first one, and you know the feet are a problem on the second one, but that's kind of how it is. So if you look at these two, which one do you think looks better? Comment. Next thing I want to just look at a couple more of these pictures in here, and I'm going to say thanks to Show Z, of course, because I use their pictures. They're real easy to just go to, and you find them, and it's fast and easy. Maybe it's because I buy a lot of stuff from them, so I'm used to navigating their site. This foot on this picture here, the foot, you just see that wheel in there, and I easily can see how I could transform that better. But I really wish there was some sort of a panel in there to cover all that junk. If there was a panel in there covering the junk, everybody'd be happy. I'd be even happy at this point if they just included a clip-on or something, you know, some parts former piece. I wouldn't even get mad about that, but I would like that. Next picture right here, I think that this looks pretty good except for you see that foot. So again, you're going to be sitting here looking at this foot, and it's an issue. And then the headlight piece, I really wish there was a way that maybe they flipped or something. I don't know. But for the $120 price point, I do think this figure looks a lot more like a $60 figure than a $120 figure. But, you know, we're dealing in Takara 2019 pricing. And it's kind of ran away since old Megs came out. The pricing ran away on this thing. Next, I want to talk about this last picture here, and I think this picture looks good. Like they kind of hid, you don't see the feet, but they kind of hid all the bad stuff and made this guy look good. It's a strange pose though, but what do you think about this guy? Are you going to avoid it? Are you going to, well, hopefully wait for a KO of it? I don't know if that's even a thing that's going to happen anymore. Like, subscribe. Titanium Hanger out.